about Draymond Green and the Jordan Poole incident. Well, since then, Jordan Poole, 4 years, $140 million extension. Andrew Wiggins, 4 years, $109 million extension. Draymond has effectively, he's back, with the Warriors. There's no suspension, which is great because then he wouldn't have gotten his ring on opening night. I was curious though, because when you look at the Warriors and they're basically announcing, hey, Wiggins, Poole, obviously part of our future. With Draymond, next year's a player's option. After that would be a free agent if he opts in. Probably not going to opt in. These individual scenarios, especially with a team like this, dynasty in motion right here. How much of these like individual agendas, which I don't really like using that word because it makes it feel selfish, but it is what it is. Like everybody has to go through this stuff. How much of the individual stuff can like permeate into a season? How much do you have to like nip it in the bud? Because I mean, in this one, they'll probably write documentaries about, right? Just similar to The Last Dance. So how much common is that throughout the league?
It's very common. First of all, they're definitely going to be documenting this season because this could be the last season that they're all together, considering the writing that appears to be on the wall. But I would say that it affects teams. It affects Draymond for sure mentally. I'm sure he's happy to see his teammates sign extensions. I'm sure he's excited about that, understanding that these are young men, right? Jordan, obviously a young man who's securing his future, getting paid handsomely for a great, unique skill set that is very rare in this league, especially for what the Warriors have as a roster. They need him. The future of basketball for the Warriors depends on a lot of that youth that they have there, considering that everybody that they have currently, Steph, obviously Clay, Dre, have been there over 10 years. It's nice for them to lock in a 23-year-old for 5 years, right?
Right.
You look at Wiggins, what he was able to do, how he revamped his career, how he showed versatility, ability to guard. He gave them, a great outlet, if you will. He basically won some games for them in the finals. He showed what he's about, but he's also super low maintenance. You never hear anything about him. He's never in the media. He never argues with teammates. He's very, very laissez-faire, if you will. Works on his game, goes home.
Got vaccinated? I mean, that was teammates, right? That's a good teammate.
Got vaccinated, won a chip. We looked at Jordan Poole and said, "You about to get paid." Jordan Poole said, "You about to get paid." And they said, "We about to get paid." And they did. So I think that was cool. But I think the big issue here is that the Warriors have decided that their future is more important, right? They lock in their future first. They have a year left with Draymond at the very least. He has an option that he'll probably opt out of, but I think they're just going to see how this year goes. They know that 4 years from now, 3 years from now, they need to have a Jordan Poole on that roster. They need to have a Wiggins, low maintenance guy, high upside. They're still trying to figure out Draymond's role going forward, if they can afford it, if they want to spend the money. And they're also trying to figure out if they're going to win a championship or not. I think winning cures all. I've said it before a million times. Punching somebody in the face, getting into arguments.
Well, this feels like win-win for the Warriors regardless, because Draymond's greatest value is to win. Like, he's not going to put up crazy stats in a season and just be like, hey, let me go get 30 rebounds a game and go get a max contract again. No, they've got to win for him to show his value. So if he's angry or if he's playing for his next contract, well, that helps the Warriors. And what's weird is if you look at it and people are sort of up in arms, like, what? Draymond Green, he's been such a fixture, is one of the three, biggest reasons why that team's done what it does. But this feels, dare we say, obvious, right? Like an obvious decision?
Definitely an obvious decision, considering the circumstances, but also considering how talented Jordan Poole is. You don't let Jordan Poole go to open market. That's first of all, it's going to piss him off. Second of all, he's going to get whatever this deal was. He's going to get that and some in the open market a year from now, after he plays a full season, presumably with Draymond, presumably with a healthy Steph, a healthy Clay. He's only going to get more open looks. You know what I mean? He's going to be more efficient. He's going to be more comfortable with what they're asking of him. And I think that would just make his value continue to increase. So you lock him in, you lock in Wiggins before Wiggins has an outstanding year again and does extremely well and drives up his market value and thinks to himself, maybe I should get more money. So like, you locked him in while you can. Obviously, you'd love to lock in Draymond Green, but that's a big number. that's a big number that it's obvious that they're trying to figure out what the number is that they're comfortable with paying. And then they're also trying to figure out, is Draymond content on being in the Bay? Like, does he want to be there? So I think that's an ongoing conversation they have to have. And he talked about how he didn't think they were going to get a deal done before all the Jordan Poole stuff happened. He went on the record saying that he didn't think they were going to get a deal done and that it would be a distraction throughout the season because we're going to ask about it. The media is going to ask about it, and he's going to have to talk about it. But I think, like other sports, it would be beneficial for them to kind of take the Lamar Jackson approach to where if I don't get this extension by Tuesday or whatever the day is, like, I'm no longer talking about this extension. I'm going to play this year out, and we'll figure that out in the offseason. I think the moral of the story is, like you said before, if Draymond plays the best version of basketball that he has to offer, which is flirt with triple doubles, set great screens, initiate the offense, get Poole shots, get Clay shots, get Steph shots, win games, he'll get whatever he deserves. It just won't come right now.
Yeah. And one of the things that Draymond mentioned when discussing this is he said, I hurt someone because I was in a place of hurt. And so he's got some like personal stuff going on. Didn't really get too much into it, but
thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus.